Hi there. In this video I'm just going to show you a new program I've been working on. It's for AGK, but it also uses FPS Creator. It's kind of like my previous program, which converted models to sprites. This one converts 3D levels that you create in FPS Creator into, well, converts them into an AGK format and generates code for you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is open up a map that I've already prepared in FPS Creator. This is the World War II map that's provided. However, I've added a few more lights to show you light mapping slightly better, and I've also changed a few of these windows to static and all the objects to static that need to be, as dynamic objects aren't converted. So what you need to do is, once you've loaded your level and prepared it all, you need to build it. And you can either build it as a full game or just test it. Let's take a minute. One thing you do need to make sure is that image block mode is turned off in your setup .ini file, as the textures then won't copy over or be able to be read by the program, so you need to do that there. So this will take a wee minute, and then we can start to, well, we run our FPSC-2-AGK. It'll look something like this. We'll let this build in the background while we fill in all our settings. So in this case I'm using a test game, so I can just go to the game creators and my FPS Creator folder, so or it'd be your game folder. It's not the files folder you choose, it's the folder containing your game. What'll happen here now is it'll load a list of all the levels, so if it is a full game you're trying to convert or whatever, it will show you each of the levels here, but make sure they're not in zips. You need to unzip any of the zips. There's a help file with it, it'll explain all that. And then you need to set your output directory, and I'm just going to put the test output. So you can change any of your settings here if you want. You can change it to JPEG. OBJ is the only format that works with with AppGameKit, but I've put in DirectX and DBO just in case you happen to be wanting to export it for something else. Okay, so this is ready. I can just click cancel, and then we'll close that. But I can also start the export. So 2 seconds. No, I don't want to save. Okay, so this is exporting. This will copy all of the models here, all of the parts of the map into separate files, so it can be loaded and textured properly. It'll export each of the parts as a model and each of the textures into a separate file, and like the 3D example provided with it, AGK, you'll see the number after it is the corresponding light map, which will all be exported as well. So really, now I'm not exporting this into my project folder because it's in the examples section, and Windows with its privileges and administrative rights and stuff, it doesn't always work too well. But anyway, this is nearly done. Gives you the option here, would I like to generate the code for this level? Yes. Okay, this means that it will create a code file for you, so you don't, I'm just going to copy all the media over. It creates the code file for you, so you don't have to do any of the code. Now the code is based on the example provided with AGK. I'm just going to copy this into. Okay, so yeah, it's based on the code that is provided. Okay, so I've changed it a little bit, but as you can see, all the light maps will be loaded in perfectly. And one other thing you need to do is make sure, if you're using your light maps and stuff, I'll copy this into the wrong one. This one hard. 2 6. Okay, yeah, make sure you copy in from the example the 2 shaders, which should be in here at the bottom, pixel and vertex. These are for light mapping, and they need to be in the folder here with all your media. Okay, so we're now ready to build our application. You'll need one of the latest beta versions of AGK, and we can run it now. It does take a minute to load because we're loading quite a few objects here, but when the program loads, it should look I've done something wrong. It should look identical to what it would look like in FPS Creator. You will need to change the camera positions, and I'm going to change it to this. You'll need to work this out yourself. The program won't calculate that for you. Well, right, let's just run this again, and once this loads, we should get a level almost identical to what it would look like in FPS Creator. Just make sure that all your lighting and stuff is static rather than dynamic, because only static lights will appear unless you create the lights in AGK. One other thing you might be interested in is if you go on to if you search for AirMod on the forums, you can get you can copy the timer code for used in AirMod and copy and paste it straight into AGK, and it will work exactly without any changes. Now you'll see there's a collision's a wee bit off, but as you can see, the room is identical to what it was in FPS Creator. Now the enemies and stuff aren't loaded because they're dynamic, but we can walk through here. You can't see through the windows because again they're static. You can see out these wee holes, so the outside is loaded, and I'll just take you a wee walk around the building, and as you can see, the lighting up here has worked fine, and so here you're walking through. Now you might need to change your camera range as well. You'll notice this black area in the background. You can change that as well, but again it may affect performance if you don't manage or design your levels well. So again, you could build in so as it hides objects whenever you get to a certain point, and improve the performance. So you can see in here, I think the light mapping works quite well. I just think you can see the nice shadows and stuff on the objects, especially up here and stuff. But as you can see, the level is identical to FPS Creator, and it generates all the code and everything you need for it, just with the click of a button. So that is FPS to AGK 3D, and I hope you like it.